I'm really getting tired of my phone's camera. Getting sick of it. Just tried to upload a video a minute ago and it did not upload. Don't know the reason why. Don't really care. But anyway, um, I wanted to bring up a subject that I know like Keith Kalfas and a few other people have brought up about pricing. Now, and this goes for window cleaning for those of you that haven't watched my channel yet. It's for window cleaning pricing. So, you know, I hear a lot about people talking about increasing prices or where to start off at. I started off pretty good actually. I started in May doing my window cleaning business as a sole proprietorship. It is now an LLC. My cousin and I are both running the business now. So um, it this was a bit different of a decision because when most people think about raising their prices, they've already got a lot of work ahead of them. We technically do not have a huge amount of work right now. Um, in fact, this month has been slightly slower considering first, the very first week of last month, I had no work, but the second week is when I started getting like full, everyday work. This month it hasn't been that way, and I believe that's just because of the 4th of July. Not as many people are looking around for window cleaning, but I can tell in my Google ads that it's starting to pick up. Like more people are starting to view and search for window cleaning right now. Um, anyway, that's off subject. Um, Me and my cousin are now running an LLC, so our idea is we needed to raise our price a little bit, not by much at all. It's if I were to do the math real quick, give me a second. Um, I believe it's like 20% that we increased our price, which when you're a smaller business, that's not a whole lot. That's really not a lot. But maybe 30%, 25. 25% is what we increased our prices. So, I was when I very, very first started off, even before I actually had my business structure set up, um, I was doing windows and I would do tracks, trims, screens, and this was only my first two jobs. I learned very quickly that I don't do that stuff for free. Um, and I was almost the reason why I didn't charge for that stuff in the beginning was because the mental block. I was kind of scared. I didn't know if people were actually going to take the amount that I was coming up with, writing it down on my piece of paper, and I'm thinking like, oh my God, like these people are not going to accept this price. I quickly found out that that was not the case. If people are, unless somebody's going around and like, searching around for different prices, they're most likely coming to you specifically so that you can do their windows. I know a lot of people around here in this area like small businesses. They like to provide, work for small businesses compared to companies, depending. Um, but I started off at a price. I started off doing little stuff here and there for free, and I quickly realized that I was using a lot of my time to do this stuff. Um, tracks and trims. If I wouldn't charge for tracks and trims, I'm taking more time to clean those than what I am the actual windows themselves. So that's, you got to think about that stuff. Um, this one job, it wasn't that many panes. It was maybe like 30 panes or so. But I did tracks and trims and screens for free. And that whole job was $100 job. I don't even believe I charged enough for the windows themselves. I can't remember how much I charged her, but it was not enough. And thankfully she gave me a good tip. So I was really grateful for that. And it helped get my motivation and self-esteem up actually. Um, and then even my second job was like a 60 pane house that I did tracks and trims, and I don't remember if I did screens. I don't even think he had screens with the type of windows that he had, but I did the tracks and trims for free for him too, and I charged him $200, but it took me like 7 hours to do the whole job by myself. So but he gave me like a 50% tip, and that was amazing. Like, and again, that helped me get my self-esteem up. But you have to understand that, again, these people want their windows done, and they have like these big houses and everything, and they're willing to pay. That's the whole point, is they want to pay you. They want to make sure that they get their windows done. So if they, if they got a big ass house, then they're gonna pay $300 to have it done. They don't care. But aside from that, starting off in the LLC, we kind of decided that, there's two of us doing the work now. We have to split everything half and half, and we decided that we need to raise the price, because with what I'm charging, as my sole proprietorship compared to what both of us are charging is a huge difference. Again, because I'm getting all of the income when I'm a sole proprietorship. That all that money is going to me. Whereas now as an LLC, we have to split it half and half. So we kind of have to charge a little bit more for that. But anyway, um, for some people, it can be kind of nerve-wracking. At the beginning of my business, I actually didn't care. Aside from the few jobs that I gave stuff away for free, I didn't care. I didn't have that mental block of, oh my gosh, is this person going to accept this price? I wouldn't pay this much. So I know this person, I kind of had that. So I was doing like discounts and stuff, and that's fine. That's fine if you're first getting started off. That's what I did. I actually had like a 30% off first cleaning for the first 2 weeks, but I was realizing in my first 2 weeks that it's not enough. You can't take 30% off your prices. It's a lot of money. I mean, unless you are doing something very specific and for, just a few customers, that's different. But no, 30% off is too much. I learned that very quickly. And I'm no longer doing that. I think I've already done the last job that I charged 30% on, so no more 30% off. I do have discounts, but that's for something else. Now, again, we decided to raise our prices. My cousin just brought up, yeah, just start charging, $5 per pane rather than four. Just put the price out there and see what people see. Now, um, I've heard from a lot of people too that, if you're bidding out for jobs and you're getting 100% of the jobs that you're bidding out for, you're probably not charging enough. You're charging way too little. And now, again, when you're starting off, that's different. You want as many accounts as you can get. And that's, for a small business just starting out, that may be a good thing. But later on down the road, when you've got so much that you can't handle, you're doing the repeat customers and even more people are coming in, and now you're taking 12 hours out of your day. It's just a hypothetical number, but 12 hours out of your day to make $500, that's a lot of time and that's a lot of effort, and you don't want to be doing that. You want to be getting paid what you're worth for that job and make sure that that flows into your income. And you know, that's what my cousin said. Just go ahead and charge $5 per pane and just see what happens. Very first person that I offered $5 per pane to do, they accepted the offer, and it made me feel good. And I was like, awesome, that's great. Like I just raised my price and I still got the job. Now today, when I went to, and we started doing this tier thing, like tier one is just for the windows, tier two is for windows and screens, and tier three is for the tracks and trims. So there's three different amounts that, depending on what the customer would like to spend or what they would like to have done. We might change that. I don't know. I just bid a job doing that three tier thing earlier, so I don't know how it's going to go. Um, but this person seemed to like at the very end that they may not have been as interested. And they told me, oh, we've got to call these other window cleaners and check and see how much it's going to be for them. So good for you. You're doing your homework. And that was the thing, is like if I would have charged $4 per pane on that job, what was it? It was 205 because it was a 41 pane house. If I would have charged $4, that would have been like $50 off of that price. And I have to remember that too. Like this is what I used to charge, and this is what people were accepting, and now this is what I'm charging, and I've already gotten kind of an iffy response. So that actually is a good sign to me. That's fine if I don't get that account. I have other jobs set up right now, and we're about to go and start knocking on doors again. But you know, again, we had to think about that as an LLC and as both of us coming together. Is like, are we charging enough? And I mean, technically we were, but if we're splitting all the payments in half, now it's different. Now each of us are making technically less, for I don't know, it's the same. It's a shorter amount of time, but each of us are making less money off of a single job. So compared to one person making the full amount again. But I don't know. It's one of those situations you kind of have to ask the question yourself too. I didn't go around and ask people if I should increase my prices. I've seen other people talk about it, but I didn't ask Keith Kalfas, hey, I'm charging $4 per pane. Is that too little? Like no, you have to make that decision yourself, and that's another thing is you have to charge what you're worth. And if you feel like you're worth $3 per paint to do inside and out, sure, go ahead and do it. You're going to be working your ass off and you'll still get a lot of money. A lot of people are going to be coming to you. But if you charge too little, again, later on down the road, your business, you're going to start freaking out because you've got so much work to do and you're not charging enough for it. You're going to feel like you're not getting paid enough for what you're doing. So I don't know. We decided to give ourselves a little bit of a raise and see what happens. And so far, I've gotten one account. The other account's iffy. Again, we still need to go and knock on doors. The calls haven't been coming in as quickly as what they were last month, um, but we still got a lot to do. We still got a lot to learn, and I'm glad that I have somebody now that's constantly with me rather than me working by myself. So now we can do bigger projects if we need to. And, if we get that money coming in, if we get a few accounts, then that's perfect. We'll be able to pay for our equipment very easily. I still have money put back from my sole proprietorship, so I have a little bit of cash available. But you have to think about that stuff. When you start running a business, you have to start thinking about your business and what you need to make to be able to make it run properly. We may be paying or charging a lot of money, but at the same time, we do a really good quality work and we charge for that. The tracks and trims, we have to charge for that. I've done tracks and trims for free. I fucking hate it. Sorry to use my French, but I hate it. I can't do free tracks and trims anymore. I'll do a free service if somebody wants to get their windows cleaned. I'll take my little track brush and I'll brush it out a little bit. But to actually get down and dirty and nitty gritty and getting your rag and scrubbing every single fucking nook and cranny, like no, I'm charging for that. I'm gonna do a good service. If you don't want it done, you don't have to charge for it. I'll still brush out the track or whatever, but I'm not gonna like deep cleanse it. That's money. That's time. I take more time to clean the tracks and trims than what I do to clean the window. So why would I do that for free? Why would I? You just have to remember that. But having that competence to tell somebody that, and also, I'm not a very big company right now at all. We just started off, so I like barely made, I think, I can't say how much I make on here. I can't do that. Sorry guys, but I don't know. I didn't make that much money. I mean, it was a lot compared to what I've made at any other job, and I spent a lot less time to make that same amount of money than, if I was getting paid 15, $16 an hour at another job. So that's another thing you have to think about too, is like I'm making it right now with the money that I'm making, and it feels good. That's the best way I can put it. It feels good, and I'm glad that I've met the people that I have and that I'm making these relationships. And it's also given me the competence to go out and start searching for other jobs at a higher price. So, um, but other than that, I mean, you guys charge what you feel like you're worth. If you're getting off into a window cleaning business and you're just starting off and you have nothing and you just bought all your equipment, you've got no money, dude, charge $3 per pane. It's complete. I wouldn't charge three personally, but if you got to do that, you got to do that, and that's how you make your money. Um, like Keith Kalfas was saying, you have to get activity going in your business. You have to start bringing people in, because if you don't start bringing people in, then you're going to be freaking out internally. And when you go up to somebody and they say no, oh, this business did it for this much, then mentally you're thinking like, fuck, I got to make this money. So if I deny this, then I'm losing 100, $200, and I have nobody else calling me. But you have to get over that. That's where you have to either prepare yourself before you get into the business, or you just have to make sure that you have a hard enough skull to where you can hear no 1,000 times. But yeah, it's all about charging what you're worth, what you feel like you're worth, and what you've through experience you'll figure this stuff out. And I'm sure that I've had hardly any experience, so I may be charging too little for what I'm doing, but I'll figure that out later. But right now, this is what we're thinking and this is what we're doing. Um, but I want to thank you guys for watching this video. If you have any questions about anything, I'm really technical. I get down into the technical parts of it, information. I break down the psychology of everything that I'm doing, and I think about how other people would think if I'm saying these things, and I figure out I don't know, just every inch of anything that I can research, I'm going to research and I'm going to figure it out and I'm going to create an idea about how all of this should go. If anybody has any other questions, I don't know. I like thinking and I like speaking. I like hearing myself talk. So if you guys have any questions that you would like me to answer or anything that you think that I should do, I know this channel is mainly just like window cleaning and just me talking about my life and stuff, but I want to do other things and I want to make other videos. I like comedy. I'm actually I'm too controversial sometimes, so maybe not tell me to do a skit or something. We'll make those on our own, but here soon we're probably gonna bring out more tutorial videos on how to clean a window or how we clean windows specifically, so that we can put that on for our business, and that way people can see that and have information. I need to update my website and everything. There's a lot of stuff I got to do, and I've got a lot of time for it right now. So I think that's what I'm going to be doing the next few days is researching about that. But yeah, like I said, comment, please comment, start commenting, guys. I would like to get people to ask me questions, because when people ask me questions, I can learn things. And then when I learn things, I like to express it with other people, because I think information should be free. I'm not going to charge people to sit and watch my videos. Unless it's like, I'm getting into car mechanics or something, but other than that, information is free. Wisdom should be shared between people. It's knowing how to use the information that you understand, that you know, and putting it to good use in the real world. So that's really what my channel is about, and I hope you guys have, start to understand that. But anyway, like, comment, whatever the hell. I'm not even gonna say that. Bye, guys.